everyone, today we're going to be continuing the reading of Maryellen Larkin's first book called The One and Only by Valerie Tripp. Chapter 6, Unique. On the first day of school, Maryellen woke up very early. This is it, she thought with a shiver of nervousness. She tried to lie still in her top bunk. Maryellen, Carolyn, and even Queen Beverly had learned the hard way that Joanne was very cross and snappish if she was awakened 1 minute too early. Maryellen knew that her parents were already up because she could smell coffee, bacon, and toast and hear the soft, low murmur of Dad's voice and Mom's answering muffled laughter. Silently, Maryellen sat up in bed. She could see her gorgeous poodle skirt waiting for her, draped neatly on the chair next to the mirror that was surrounded by photos of movie stars and sketches of hairdos. Yesterday, the last day of summer vacation, Carolyn had very nicely ironed her hand-me-down pink blouse so it was crisp and fresh looking on its hanger. While Carolyn ironed, Maryellen had polished a pair of Oxfords she had inherited from Carolyn, so they looked brown and shiny and ready to go. Finally, Maryellen couldn't wait a moment longer. She anchored her feet between the mattress and the wall and dangled her head and arms off the top bunk so that she could tug on Carolyn's pillow. "Carolyn," she whispered, "are you awake?" "Yes," said Carolyn right away. "Let's get up and get dressed," said Maryellen. "First dibs on the bathroom." "Okay," said Carolyn, "but be quiet. Don't wake up Joanne." Maryellen hopped down to the floor and pulled up her sheets and blankets in a slapdash effort to make her bed. She tiptoed to the bathroom and splashed water on her face so hurriedly that a lot of her hair got wet. Then she rushed back to the bedroom. "Thanks for letting me borrow your crinoline," Maryellen said softly as Carolyn helped her slip it on over her head. The crinoline would go under the skirt to make it puff out a bit more. "You're welcome," said Carolyn, who seemed almost as excited about the poodle skirt as Maryellen was. At 14, Carolyn was quite a bit taller than Maryellen, so they had to pull the crinoline up to Maryellen's armpits to keep it from hanging below the hem of the poodle skirt. "I'm like a bride," joked Maryellen. "I've got something old, my shoes, and something new, my skirt, and something borrowed, your crinoline. All I need is something blue." "Well, what color's your underwear?" asked Carolyn. For some reason, this made both Maryellen and Carolyn dissolve into giggles. They clamped their hands over their mouths to stifle their laughter, which of course only made them giggle harder. "Oh, honestly," moaned Joanne, rising up from her pillow, looking cranky. "You two are about as quiet as cackling hens. I can hear you snorting like Scooter." She propped herself up on her elbow and scrutinized Maryellen. "Pretty good, Ellie Deli," she said. "But your hair should be in a ponytail, and the shoes are all wrong. Poodle skirts go with sneakers or saddle shoes, not Oxfords." Then she yawned, sank back into her pillow, and seemed to go back to sleep. Maryellen and Carolyn stared down at the clunky brown Oxfords on Maryellen's feet. They both knew that Joanne was right. Without saying a word, Maryellen slipped off the Oxfords. Her summer sneakers had grass stains and holes in the toes, so she put on her last year's saddle shoes. The saddle shoes felt a bit tight, but they looked, as Carolyn said softly, perfect. By using lots of bobby pins, Maryellen and Carolyn were able to wrangle Maryellen's still rather damp hair into a pretty good ponytail tied with a scarf. Carolyn went off to the bathroom, and Maryellen checked herself against her hairdo sketches and the photos of her favorite movie star, Debbie Reynolds. Maryellen thought. She spotted a problem. Debbie Reynolds, and most of the girls in Maryellen's sketches, had bangs. Movie stars and models who wore poodle skirts always had bangs. Even Mammy Eisenhower, President Eisenhower's wife, wore bangs. Maryellen squinted at herself. She wanted so much to look right when everyone looked at her. She wanted to look exactly like Debbie Reynolds. Well, how hard could it be to cut bangs? Maryellen asked herself. It was easy enough to draw them. Quick as a wink, she undid her ponytail, got scissors out from the desk, and snip, 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 cut her hair in a line across her forehead. Thought Maryellen as she looked in the mirror. For some reason, her bangs did not go straight across her forehead, like Debbie Reynolds and Mammy Eisenhower's. Instead, her bangs slanted diagonally. They were longer on one side and shorter on the other. Maryellen immediately cut the longer side to make it match, and then looked in the mirror again. Now her bangs looked sort of zigzaggy. She was trimming the ends to even them up when Carolyn returned from the bathroom and gasped. "Stop!" Joanne sat bolt upright in bed. "Oh my gosh, Ellie, what have you done to yourself? You look like you got chopped by hedge clippers." Beverly opened her eyes. "Your hair's as short as Scooter's," said murmured sleepily. "It is not," said Maryellen huffily. She tried to sound firm. She didn't want to let on that now that she really looked at her bangs, she was surprised, horrified actually, by what she had done. It had happened so fast. Just snip, 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 and now disaster. The bangs stuck straight out from her forehead, the way a tutu stuck out from a ballerina's hips, and they were spiky too. "I look like I have toothbrush bristles attached to my head," thought Maryellen miserably. Oh, how she wished she could tape her hair back on. To hide her nearly teary face from her sisters, Maryellen put the scissors down and gathered up the snippets of hair from the floor. Her voice was only a little bit wavery when she said, "I think they look okay." "They're much too short," said Joanne, stating the obvious. "Never mind," said Carolyn kindly, as she helped Maryellen put the rest of her hair in a ponytail again. "Your bangs will grow out fast." Maryellen grimaced. She knew that Carolyn meant to be soothing, but saying that her bangs would grow out fast was hardly a compliment about how the bangs looked right now. "Wait till Mom sees you," said Joanne. "She'll have a fit." Now Maryellen was upset and worried. She tugged at her bangs as if she could make them longer by pulling on them. She smoothed them and pushed them down to make them lie flat, but it was no use. As soon as she took her hand off them, her bangs sprang up and stuck straight out over her forehead like a sailor's salute. "Maybe you could wear a scarf," said Carolyn thoughtfully. "You could wear it pulled low over your forehead like a bandana." "And look like a pirate," scoffed Joanne. "You could borrow my baseball cap," suggested Beverly. "And look nutty as a fruitcake," said Joanne. "Joanne, will you cut it out?" said Carolyn. "You're making Ellie feel bad. How would you like to start the first day of school with a terrible haircut?" "Oh," Maryellen moaned, feeling worse and worse. Now she wasn't going to be noticed because she was the one and only girl in the 4th grade who looked like a movie star. Instead, she was going to be stared at because she was the one and only girl with a crew cut. "Girls," Mom called from the kitchen, "time for breakfast." Maryellen took a deep, shuddery breath. What is Mom going to say? She wondered, full of dread. She was grateful when Carolyn grabbed her hand as they walked together to the kitchen, followed by Scooter. When Mom saw Maryellen, her jaw fell down and her eyebrows shot up. "Ellie!" Mom gasped. "What on earth have you done?" Maryellen faltered. Mom held up her hand. "You don't need to tell me," she said. "I can see for myself. Bangs." Tom, whose hair stuck straight out all over his head, said, "I like your bangs, Ellie." Bang! Yelled Mikey, banging his fist on his high chair tray. Bang! 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 Ow! Barked Scooter, expressing his opinion too. I'm sorry, Mom, said Maryellen over the cacophony. Are you mad? Well, said Mom, I'm surprised, but what's done is done and can't be undone. Besides, you're the one who has to wear bangs, not me. But Ellie, honey, please talk to me first before you do any more do-it-yourself barbering. Oh, Mom, wailed Maryellen. She ran to Mom and threw her arms around her and hid her face against her. Now I don't want to go to school at all. Mom hugged her, then pulled back and gently pressed Maryellen's bristly bangs down. Of course, they sprang right back up. You've chosen a particularly, shall we say, public time to debut your bangs, Mom said. But you're just going to have to face school. Short bangs and all. And hey, your new skirt looks nice, said Dad cheerfully, trying to distract Maryellen from her misery. It's a doozy, he whispered his approval. That's right. Just concentrate on your snazzy new skirt, Mom advised. There's no question that outfit-wise, you are going to be the most fashionable girl in the 4th grade, right? Maryellen managed a watery grin. I guess so. That's my girl, said Mom. Now, sit down and eat your breakfast. You don't want to feel lightheaded on your first day back. Mom, Maryellen protested. Just kidding, said Mom. She kissed Maryellen's exposed forehead. Eat your cereal. Soon it'll be time to go. Maryellen sat at the table, one hand pressed against her bangs and the other holding a spoon, with which she only pretended to eat. Her stomach was tied in knots. The knot tightened when the doorbell rang, and Joanne, who was wafting by the front door, called out, Ellie, it's Davy, and he's got some other little boy with him. It's that mean boy, Wayne, hissed Beverly. Oh, no, Maryellen whispered. Wayne? Maryellen and Davy had planned to ride their bikes to school together, as they always did, but Davy hadn't said anything about including Wayne, of all people. I can't face them, Maryellen said in a panic. Please, somebody tell them I'm not ready. Tell them I'm sick. Tell them I left already. Tell them anything. Just get them to go away. Mom shook her head. You're going to have to face people sooner or later, she said. You might as well get it over with. I can't, Maryellen wailed. Wayne is sure to say something smart alecky. This is what happens when girls try to be friends with boys in 4th grade, said Maryellen. It never works. I'll handle the boys, said Carolyn heroically. Maryellen cowered in the breakfast nook, while Carolyn went straight to the front door and flung it open. Boys, Ellie told me to tell you that she doesn't want to bike to school with you, Carolyn said firmly. She's afraid she'll get too sweaty, and she doesn't want to ruin her outfit. Maryellen heard Wayne snort and mutter, Typical girl. Davy just said, Oh? He sounded disappointed and confused. Maryellen didn't blame him, because Carolyn's excuse did not ring true. Davy knew that Maryellen wasn't the kind of girl who had ever worried about getting messy in her entire life. You better get going, boys, Carolyn said in a nonsense voice, or you'll be late. Then, before she had completely shut the door, Carolyn turned toward the kitchen and called out, The coast is clear, Ellie. I got rid of the boys like you told me to. Maryellen groaned. All her hopes for looking great on back-to-school day were ruined, cut off short like her bangs. And now Davy was probably mad at her because Carolyn had made it sound like Maryellen wanted him to get lost. So far, this sure wasn't the wonderful start to a wonderful year in 4th grade that she had imagined. Maryellen wondered, could this morning get any worse? Okay, so that is the end of chapter 6. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I feel so bad for Maryellen for cutting her bangs. Makes me a bit nervous about my own hair right now. I won't be cutting any bangs for the next video. I promise I'm not going to match Maryellen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. And stay tuned for more of Maryellen Larkin's first book. Thanks for watching. See you soon.